Welcome back to FM Storey, and hot off the heels of that real surprise of a win in the Champions League final at the end of the last episode, we're straight into the Club World Cup. We're not going to have any rest this summer. We have been drawn in, I think, a pretty difficult group. We've been drawn with Junior of Colombia, we've been drawn with Cruz Azul of Mexico, and we've also been drawn with AC Milan. So let's see how far we get in the competition. It's not really an important competition, not getting judged on it at all. So let's just go out and see if we can continue this form, go in and add a fifth trophy for the season. Right, so first up we have Junior from Colombia. Going into the game, we were missing Milosavljevic and Cochise on international duty, but we got off to a great start. Rajkovic in the middle of the box, firing in off the post after less than 4 minutes. Then Goncalves intercepted a forward pass, Kerr to Rajkovic, through to Kerr in the box. He doubled the lead after 26 minutes. We added a third. Rackler went down with an injury there that looked pretty bad. Ball's played forward. Kerr fires it across. Simovic turns in from close range, and after a VAR check, it was given. And then in the second half, Pascual down the left. Defender passes it back to the keeper. Simovic challenges him. It pops up for Pascual to fire home from close range to give us the 4-0 victory. Unfortunately, the injury to Rackler is going to keep him out for a couple of weeks, so he's going to miss most of the rest of the Club World Cup. We are actually second in the group after the first round of matches because AC Milan beat Cruz Azul 4-0 as well. So next up we've got Cruz Azul. Milan have got against playing Junior, and then it's probably going to come down to the very last game in the group as to who tops the group and goes through in first and who goes through in second. Next up was Cruz Azul of Mexico, and in the end it was a pretty comfortable victory. Pascual back to Nuevo, out to Thibaut, down the line pulls it across, simple tap in for Simovic at the front post to open scoring, and then he quickly added a second when Rajkovic found Pascual into Simovic, takes a touch to get away from the defender and fires past the keeper. We then added a third, Thibaut with a long throw, flicked on by Rajkovic, and there was Goncalves in the box. And then a fourth in the first half, on to Pascual, pulls it back eventually, it comes all the way through to Kerr at the back post. And then in the second half, we added a fifth, Rajkovic bringing the ball forward, slipping the ball through to Tala, who poked it past the keeper. After a VAR review, it was given. Then Cochise with a penalty for 6-0. And then the seventh, Goncalves bringing the ball forward, out wide to Cochise, cutting in off the left, lays it off, and then Rajkovic smashed it home from distance. A comfortable 7-0 victory. Going into the last game of the group, it meant we were in top of the table on goal difference from Milan, because Milan only beat Junior 2-1. The final game in the group was against AC Milan, with us just needing a point to secure top spot in the group. We got off to a pretty decent start. A long throw from Thibaut, flicked on by Rajkovic. It's cleared as far as Nuevo. Simovic turns in the box, fires into the bottom corner. We went in 1-0 up at half time, but then in the second half, they came powering forward down the right hand side, right into the box. And really, we just didn't defend well. And then, not long after that, they turned the ball over, broke on the right-hand side. Arda Güler cuts in on his left foot and smashes it home at the near post for us to end up losing 2-1, which also meant we finished second in the group, which meant that we didn't get the best of draws in the second round. Finishing second in the group meant we were drawn against Liverpool in the second round. Not the best of draws. Had we finished top of the group like AC Milan, we'd have been drawn against Al Ahly from Saudi Arabia. We didn't get off to the best of starts. We gave the ball away for a throw-in, and then Rockdal just pokes it past the returning Riculli inside 3 minutes. And then in the second half, things got crazy between the 70th and the 80th minute. They crossed into the box, powerful header from Rockdal again, beats Riculli, puts them 2-0 up. And then from the back, it's a long ball over the top, centre-half misses it, Piringa's through, fires past the keeper to put them 3-0 up. At this point, we then threw everyone forward. We actually threw one of the centre-halves forward. Lacam, lovely ball over the top. Tala takes it down, fires past the keeper to make it 3-1. Then corner, Reykjavik takes it. It's headed up in the air. Lacam takes it down eventually and then finds Kerr, who whips it past the keeper for 3-2. Unfortunately, just after that, Nuevo got himself sent off. We never really got another chance properly. And then later on, deep into injury time, the ball bobbles up, Bello fires home, and they come away with a 4-2 victory, and thus ends our journey into the Club World Cup for this season. It was AC Milan that ended up going on to win the competition, winning against Man City after extra time, which is a bit of a surprise considering we really should have topped the group ahead of them. In the second round, so obviously when we went out, most of the sides that you would have expected to go out went out, except RB Leipzig against Napoli. You could probably make a case for either side. You would probably expect PSG to beat Boca, but they went out on penalties. In the quarter-final, I don't think there was too many shocks there. Liverpool went out after beating us. They went out on penalties to Man City. And then in the semi-finals, Milan won on penalties against Barcelona. Man City beat Bayern in the other semi-final. Barcelona beat Bayern in the third place playoff. And then Milan beat Man City after extra time in the final. And there we go, finally at the end of a monumental season, which saw us win the quadruple. We didn't do as well as we would have hoped for in the Club World Cup, but there's nothing, we weren't being judged on that. There was nothing really to come from that competition at all. Now it's time for the players to get a bit of a rest before we start some pre-season friendlies, and then look to defend those trophies that we've won, and we get the opportunity to win another cup. It'll be the second time that we've been in the UEFA Super Cup. The first time was after we won the Europa League and we got beat by PSG. Hopefully we can do better as the reigning Champions League champions, and we play Atletico Madrid in that in the middle of August. Join us next time to see if there's any transfer action between now and the start of the season. We've turned down a lot of offers during the Club World Cup for players. We're hoping to keep a hold of everyone. And if we do keep a hold of everyone, I don't think there'll be too much in terms of incomings either. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.